NBN fibre to the curb. FTTC is an NBN technology that uses existing copper phone lines but has fewer limitations than FTTN and FTTB. A fibre optic cable runs close to your home, generally to a pit on the street. From here, an existing phone cable carries the connection to your home. FTTC requires a connection box inside your home, which plugs into a standard telephone wall socket. You'll then plug your modem or router into this box to connect to the internet.
You've heard of the NBN Broadband Access Network, right? And you've heard you're getting an FTTC connection, but you're probably wondering what that is. So, let's take a look then. FTTC is short for Fibre to the Curb. FTTC connections deliver your new plan from an NBN distribution point unit through the existing copper network and into your home. Fibre optic cables connect to an NBN distribution point unit, which is usually located underground near the curb outside your home. Then, from the distribution point unit, existing copper cabling is used to deliver your new plan into your home. NBN uses VDSL2 technology over the copper network, in combination with the NBN fibre network to deliver you fast broadband. To connect your phone and internet service via an FTTC connection, you'll need an NBN connection device. You'll also need a Wi-Fi gateway compatible with the NBN Access Network. Your phone and internet provider will supply or recommend a compatible gateway, as it's unlikely your current modem will work with the NBN Access Network. While NBN doesn't currently charge for a standard installation, you should check with your provider if there are any additional fees. To switch to a new plan, check your address to see if you're ready. Remember, NBN is a wholesaler. It builds and maintains the NBN Access Network, but doesn't sell phone and internet services direct to the public. So you'll need to order your new NBN-powered plan from a provider. In some cases, a new wall socket will need to be installed in your home. Your provider will give you a connection date and let you know if you'll need to be home on this date. In most cases, you won't need to be. Your provider will also let you know when your service is active. Once it is, you'll need to plug your NBN connection device into your Wi-Fi gateway to connect to your new plan. If you ordered a home phone service, you'll now need to connect your phone directly into your Wi-Fi gateway. Finally, you can connect your devices to your gateway using the Wi-Fi password given to you by your provider, or connect directly using an Ethernet cable. If you have any problems with your connection, speak to your phone or internet provider. They'll be able to help. Also, devices connected to your new phone or broadband service will not work during a power blackout. So consider having an alternative form of communication handy, like a charged mobile phone. And if you have safety-critical devices, such as a medical alarm, monitored fire alarm, or lift emergency phone, contact your device provider to check these will work before switching. It's also important to register these online at nbn.com.au/compatibility. To learn more, visit nbn.com.au.
Setting up your NBN FTTC, or Fibre to the Curb, is easy. Before you get started, you'll need three things: a message from us advising you to plug in your NBN FTTC equipment, your Internode NBN modem, and an NBN network connection device, or NCD for short. If your home has been connected to the NBN before, there may already be an NCD plugged in at your premises. If not, a new NCD will be delivered along with your modem. You should also make sure there are 2 available electrical outlets near your telephone wall socket. First things first, make sure your network connection device is plugged in correctly. The phone cable should connect to the NCD's wall socket port straight into the phone socket on the wall. And the power cable should connect the NCD's power port to an electrical outlet. Now it's time to plug in your internode modem. First, use the supplied Ethernet cable to connect your modem's WAN port to the gateway port on your NCD. Next, use the power cable to connect the power port to an electrical outlet. Finally, make sure the electrical outlets for both devices are switched on, and press the modem's power button to turn it on. Then allow 15 minutes for your modem to boot up and configure automatically. Once you're done, check the lights on your NCD. If any lights are off or red, make sure that your cables are plugged in securely. You may need to plug your NCD into a different telephone wall socket if your home has more than one. Once all the lights are blue or amber, you can start connecting your devices and get online. You can use additional Ethernet cables to connect devices to any of the 4 yellow LAN ports. If you have a Node phone VoIP service you'd like to use, you'll need to plug a handset into your modem's green Phone 1 port. Otherwise, you can just connect devices via Wi-Fi. You'll find the Wi-Fi name and password on your modem's barcode sticker. That's all there is to it. If you have any trouble getting online, give us a call on 1300 788 233 and we'll be happy to help.
Hi, I'm Rebecca from Optus. This video is all about helping you get ready for your NBN network installation. I'll guide you through your technician visit, setting up your modem, getting connected, and any further assistance you may need down the track. Now that your order has been submitted, we'll do our best to ensure you're up and running as soon as possible. Your Optus modem self-install kit will be on its way, and you'll be notified of your order status and how to track. If you have an existing phone socket and it is able to be connected to the NBN network, we will utilise this. Otherwise, you'll be notified if an NBN network technician is required to come to your home to complete any works. If a technician needs to install equipment at your home, make sure whoever is home on the day is over 18 years old. This person will need to decide where equipment is installed and assist with any other questions about the installation. Most of the work required to connect you to the NBN network will be done at the distribution point in your street. You'll receive your Optus modem self-install kit a couple of days before your NBN network installation. Be sure to have a read of the setup guide included in the box. Your modem has an indoor range of up to 25 metres. If your home is 2 stories, it should be placed in an elevated position on the ground floor and ideally somewhere central. If that's not possible, you may require a Wi-Fi range extender or Wi-Fi mesh device for optimum service. To get that signal sweet spot, your modem should be 1 to 1.5 metres off the ground and situated away from large electronic devices such as TVs and speakers, somewhere easily accessible and well ventilated, as well as safe from any bumps or knocks. If you've arranged a professional installation, an Optus technician will connect your modem as a separate appointment after the NBN network installer has completed their work. Otherwise, simply follow the step-by-step instructions included in the kit to get connected yourself. The modem will now automatically configure and you should be online after 20 minutes. If you need additional help, visit optus.com.au/getting started for contact details or to chat with us online.
Setting up your NBN FTTC, or fibre to the curb, is easy. Before you get started, you'll need 3 things. A message from us advising you to plug in your NBN FTTC equipment, your IONET NBN modem, and an NBN network connection device, or NCD for short. If your home has been connected to the NBN before, there may already be an NCD plugged in at your premises. If not, a new NCD will be delivered along with your modem. You should also make sure there are 2 available electrical outlets near your telephone wall socket. First things first, make sure your network connection device is plugged in correctly. The phone cable should connect to the NCD's wall socket port straight into the phone socket on the wall. And the power cable should connect the NCD's power port to an electrical outlet. Now it's time to plug in your IONET modem. First, use the supplied Ethernet cable to connect your modem's WAN port to the gateway port on your NCD. Next, use the power cable to connect the power port to an electrical outlet. Finally, make sure the electrical outlets for both devices are switched on, and press the modem's power button to turn it on. Then allow 15 minutes for your modem to boot up and configure automatically. Once you're done, check the lights on your NCD. If any lights are off or red, make sure that your cables are plugged in securely. You may need to plug your NCD into a different telephone wall socket if your home has more than one. Once all the lights are blue or amber, you can start connecting your devices and get online. You can use additional Ethernet cables to connect devices to any of the 4 yellow LAN ports. Our NBN plans include a Netphone VoIP service. If you'd like to use it, you need to plug a handset into your modem's green Phone 1 port. Otherwise, you can just connect devices via Wi-Fi. You'll find the Wi-Fi name and password on your modem's barcode sticker. That's all there is to it. If you have any trouble getting online, give us a call on 13 22 58 and we'll be happy to help.
Setting up NBN fttc, or fibre to the curb, is easy. Before you get started, you'll need 3 things: a message from us advising you to plug in your NBN fttc equipment, your NBN modem, and an NBN network connection device, or NCD for short. If your home has been connected to the NBN before, there may already be an NCD plugged in at your premises. If not, a new NCD will be delivered along with your modem. You should also make sure there are 2 available electrical outlets near your telephone wall socket. First things first, make sure your network connection device is plugged in correctly. The phone cable should connect the device's wall socket port straight into the phone socket on the wall, and the power cable should connect the NCD's power port to an electrical outlet. Next, it's time to plug in your NBN modem. First, use the supplied Ethernet cable to connect your modem's WAN port to the gateway port on your network connection device. Next, use your modem's power cable to connect the power port to an electrical outlet. Finally, make sure the electrical outlets for both devices are switched on. Allow 15 minutes for your modem to boot up and configure automatically. Once you're done, check the lights on your NCD. If any lights are off or red, make sure that your cables are plugged in securely. You may need to plug your NCD into a different telephone wall socket if your home has more than one. Once all the lights are blue or amber, you can start connecting your devices and get online. You can use additional Ethernet cables to connect devices to any of the 4 yellow LAN ports. Otherwise, you can just connect devices via Wi-Fi. You'll find the Wi-Fi name and password on your modem's barcode sticker. That's all there is to it. If you have any trouble, visit our community page on community.tpg.com.au or give us a call on 13 14 23 and we'll be happy to help.
In this video, I will talk you through how to set up your new Telstra Smart modem and connect to your NBN service. This video focuses specifically on NBN Fibre to the Curb, or FTTC for short. If you have another connection type, please select the video that relates to that one. And if you have any further questions during or after this video, head to telstra.com/support for our online help centre. This setup process itself will take around half an hour, and the transitioning of your fixed services to the NBN can take up to an hour. So, it's a good idea to make sure you have another way to contact or be contacted if the need arises. A charged mobile should do the trick. Before we get started, have your Telstra Smart Modem, NBN connection box and any cables that came with each ready to go. But be sure to take the time to read any information that came with those devices, especially the health and safety information. Decide on where your connection box and modem will live. You'll want to make sure this isn't inside a cabinet or behind any large objects to ensure you get the best Wi-Fi signal throughout your home. You'll also need to have 2 power outlets and a telephone wall socket nearby. Once you've settled on a spot, unplug any and all devices connected to telephone ports around your home. Now we're ready to begin. Let's start with your NBN connection box. Get the connection box out of its packaging, look for this sticker and peel it off. Find the cable with grey ends. Plug one end into the back of the NBN connection box and the other into the wall socket. Next, take the black power adapter and plug this into the back of the connection box. Plug the other end into a nearby power outlet and switch it on. Your NBN connection box will now start up. This may take up to 15 minutes and it's important that you don't turn the box back off during this time. If after 15 minutes you don't have solid blue lights on the front panel of your NBN connection box, try a different wall socket. Now it's time for your Telstra Smart Modem. Retrieve your Smart Modem from its box and locate the cord with one yellow end and one red end. Take the yellow end of the cord and plug it into the yellow port on the NBN connection box. And plug the red end into the red port on the Smart Modem. The power cord for the Smart Modem will be connected already, so now take the grey power adapter, plug that into a nearby power outlet and switch it on. The Telstra Smart Modem is now going to start up. When it does, the light at the front will be white, letting you know that the device is powered up. While it's in the process of connecting to the internet, it will turn orange, and once a connection is established, it will turn green. It's not uncommon for that light to change back and forth between these colours while the Smart Modem is starting up, so don't worry if it goes green for a moment and then back to orange again. This startup and connection process will usually take around 15 minutes, but can take up to half an hour. Once the light on the front settles on green though, you're ready to connect to the internet. Now you may not need to use your service right away, but it's important to leave that all set up as we will need to run a few tests on your newly connected service, just to make sure everything is working properly. But if you do want to get into it, you don't need to wait. We'll run those tests in the background, so you can feel free to start connecting your devices to your Telstra Smart Modem. To connect to your modem via Wi-Fi, locate the fridge magnet that came in the box with your Smart Modem. This will have the login details you need. To connect to your modem via Ethernet, grab the LAN cable. That's the one with 2 yellow ends. Plug one end into any yellow port on the Telstra Smart Modem, and the other into your device's network port. If you want to plug your home phone in also, repeat the Ethernet cable steps from before, but this time use the cable with grey ends and plug it into the green phone port on the Telstra Smart Modem. And remember, your modem and NBN connection box will need to be switched on to make and receive calls. And we're done. It's as easy as that. But if you do have any other questions or just want some advice about getting the most out of your internet service, head to telstra.com/support and check out our online help centre.
Congratulations on switching to the NBN Broadband Access Network. This video will walk you through setting up your fibre to the curb connection. Before you start, it's important you complete the following checklist. First, check with your device provider that services you rely on, like medical, fire and security alarms, will work over the NBN Access Network, or whether you'll need to find an alternative solution. You'll also need to disconnect all non-compatible devices from wall sockets, including old phones, faxes and alarm services. Lastly, make sure you have an alternative form of communication handy during setup, like a charged mobile phone, as your existing services may not work during this time. When you're ready to start, you'll need the following equipment from your kit: an NBN connection device, an NBN power cord, and an NBN telephone cable, all of which must remain in the home where they're installed, even if you move. You'll also need a Wi-Fi gateway compatible with the NBN access network and the Ethernet cable and power cord that goes with it. Next, you'll need to locate your telephone wall socket. It will look similar to this and is most likely the socket that connects to your existing phone or internet service. Ideally, it will be near a power outlet. If you have one like this, you'll need an adapter from a hardware or electronics store. If you don't have a telephone wall socket, contact your phone and internet provider. Now, take the NBN connection device, read the warning sticker and remove it. Then, check the indicator light panel is open. Next, plug one end of the NBN power cord into the black port labelled A, and the other into a power outlet and switch it on. You can also use a power board or extension cord, provided these are safe. Now, plug one end of the NBN telephone cable into your wall socket and the other into the grey NBN connection device port labelled B. You'll know the NBN connection device is successfully connected to the NBN access network when you see 3 solid blue lights. Be patient, as this can take up to 15 minutes. Remember, your phone and internet services will not work during this time, so make sure you have an alternative form of communication handy. If the lights aren't solid blue after 15 minutes, check all the cables are connected securely. If they are, and you still don't get solid blue lights, try another telephone wall socket. Once the lights are solid blue, you can connect your Wi-Fi gateway. To do this, plug one end of the gateway's Ethernet cable into the yellow NBN connection device port labelled C, and the other into the correct port on your Wi-Fi gateway. The correct port is usually labelled WAN, Internet or NBN. If you're unsure which port is correct, contact your phone and internet provider. You can now power your Wi-Fi gateway and connect your internet-enabled devices to it via Wi-Fi or an Ethernet cable. For help, refer to instructions from your provider. The power light indicates the device is on. The connection light shows when it's powering your connection via the NBN access network equipment outside. If this light is ever red, contact your provider. The broadband light shows when the device is communicating with NBN access network equipment. Finally, the LAN light will be solid blue or amber when it's connected to your gateway and will blink when transferring data. Indicator lights may also flash blue for several minutes during a system update. Having trouble with the NBN connection device? Try checking the following. Do you have both an NBN connection device and Wi-Fi gateway? If not, contact your phone and internet provider. Have you checked with your provider that you're using a Wi-Fi gateway compatible with the NBN access network? Is the power cord running to the NBN connection device firmly plugged in at both ends and the power switched on? Is the telephone cable running from the NBN connection device to the wall secure and not pinched, kinked or bent? Have you tried using other telephone wall sockets? Are the power, connection and broadband lights on the NBN connection device solid blue? If not, try resetting the device. To do this, hold down the Reset button for 1 to 2 seconds. If you're still experiencing a prolonged outage, contact your phone and internet provider. All this is covered in your NBN Setup Guide. For more information, visit nbn.com.au or contact your provider.